Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome into your new SBL class. I hope you all are doing well. This is Matlub Ilahi, your SBL course leader. A little bit introduction of mine first of all, and then I will request all of you to have a little bit introduction of yourself. I am in this teaching professional accountancy courses teaching for last more than 14 years. I also have been teaching in Mauritius as well from 2013 to 2019. And currently I am working in ESG and sustainable finance industry. My core areas that I teach are from ACCA are SBL and advanced performance management. So these are the two core areas or the core subjects that I teach. And you might already have a little bit heard about my passion, my commitment, and my love for these two subjects that hopefully you will also be observing as well. So this is a little bit introduction. Now I would request you guys to little bit introduce yourself about how many papers you are taking and what do you think of SBL exam or SBL paper. So these are that's it. You can little bit introduce yourself, please. We can start with Dia. Hello, Dia. Would you like to please little bit introduce yourself?
So, I'm Dia. So, I'm currently I'm doing AAA paper and the SBL paper. I'm waiting for my taxation result, advanced taxation result. So I'm currently working at ACCA. It is based in Mauritius in the accounting department as a senior accountant.
All right. And like what you have heard about SBL paper?
SBL paper, I heard it is a bit hectic. I don't know. It's a bit hectic, 4 hours. So it's purely
all right. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Dia. Yes, please. Hello, Romeo. Would you please like to introduce yourself a little bit and a little bit of SBL?
Yes. Yes. So I'm Romeo. I'm from Mauritius. I currently work at RTO as an accounts officer. So I'm currently doing SBL. So I have my SBL exams in March and SBL will be in June. So for SBL, one of the things I heard is that it's a paper with most professional marks, I think. So I heard from my friends that it's a tough one. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Next, please. Hello, Evelyn. Hello. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Rivlino?
Yes, exactly. Hi, everyone. So I'm Rivellino from Mauritius. Same to other students as well. So I'm basically working in the finance in basically more than 4 years. And actually, I'm doing my SBL and SBL paper.
Okay, all right, perfect. And what you have heard about?
And also what I've heard, yes, what I've heard about
I think
is
your voice is breaking.
hear me well.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
sometimes now it's okay. Now this is fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, what I've heard about SBL is what the paper is a written paper, mostly written with a lot of like I say theories. Yeah.
Okay. Lots of theory, no doubt. Yes. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Rivlino. Yes, please. Next, Humera.
Hello, sir. I'm Humera. I'm based in Mauritius. This is my first time doing the SBL paper. I work as Senior Accounts Coordinator at BLI Mauritius. And about this paper, I have not heard much about this paper. And I think it covers topics like governance, leadership, and business strategy.
Yes, perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, hello, Sharon.
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. My name is Shawan, and I currently work in the financial services industry in Mauritius. I'm based in Mauritius itself, and I will be attempting the AFM and SBL papers in June 2023. What I've heard about SBL, it's quite a bulky paper and a lot of theory as well.
Lots of theory. Yes, correct. Thank you. Thank you. Next, please, Cole. Josiana. Apologize for if I am not correctly pronouncing your name.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Colette Josiana. I am based in Mauritius. I currently work at Rogers Capital as client accountant. Same. I have not heard a lot about strategic business leader, but what I've heard is that it is very stressful and very theoretical.
Please don't use word stressful. It is theoretical. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, this is a 4 hours paper. So in the beginning, it feels like that is a very long paper, very lengthy paper, and there's a lot of things you have to learn. But once you are in the process and you start understanding and exploring this paper, then you will feel that, wow, this is amazing. This is one of the interesting paper you have studied ever. So thank you very much, Cole. Yes, Dia, please, would you like to introduce? Okay. All right. So Strategic Business Leader. Here is the manual that I have open and you can see on the screen. Introductory manual. This is designed to offer you the maximum means maximum answers to your questions that you might have about this paper. Okay. For example, in this document, what we are going to discuss, or what you will need to learn about, because today class is more of introductory class. Okay, and in this class, most of the focus will remain on SBL, what is this paper about, how you need to prepare, and what will be my role. Okay, and like a lot of other questions in your mind about this paper. Okay, a lot of other questions in your mind, because those students who are studying this paper first time, they might have kind of feelings that this paper is very tiring or very exhaustive, or a lot of theory, or lot like very stressful paper. So I will focus on these things, that how interesting is this paper and how you need to think of this paper. Okay, so what topics we are going to discuss in this manual particularly? First of all, we are going to discuss the business world situation in 2023, and why Strategic Business Leader was introduced, what was the need behind introducing this paper, what Strategic Business Leader all about, detailed syllabus, how is the SBL syllabus examined, structure of SBL paper, the road to success, how is the exam to be marked, general tips to earn professional skills marks, why students fail in SBL, and how I will be adding value, how I will be advancing you, how I will be leading you throughout this course. So what will be my role in this overall course study? Okay, so first let's talk about a little bit about business world right now in 2023. But before that, we start discussing the business world. Let me give a quick recap of the topics that you will be learning in this SBL paper, so you will have the more broad idea. In SBL paper, there are total 8 sections of the syllabus that you will be learning. Section A is about leadership. So here you will have the opportunity to learn about the leadership skills, what makes a leader great, what makes a leader effective, the role of the leadership in the life of the organization, the role of the leadership, how to advance, how to move the organization ahead, role of the leadership during the crisis situation, role of the leadership to set new directions, set new vision, set new motivation for its employees. So you will be learning here. Then there is a next section of governance. This is a very broad section of governance. What governance is about? These days, you might have heard about ESG. ESG, environmental, social, and governance. You might have heard this word like in the press, in the media, in the news, in the academic, in the in corporations, in everyday talk. If you are in the finance industry, you are working. Okay, there's a lot of emphasis, there's a lot of focus these days over the governance. So governance is a very broad area. Okay, when we talk about governance, we are now talking about not just about the leadership. That's why you can see that governance and leadership both are connected with each other, because governance is about the leadership. Governance is about the directors of the organization. Governance is about the stakeholders, management. Governance is about reporting lines of the organization. Governance is about internal controls. Governance is about risk management. So governance is a very broad area. When we talk about organizations, strategies, there is a governance. When we talk about change management, there is a governance. When we talk about risk management, there is a governance. So governance basically is a very broad area. Okay. Then the next point or next section in the syllabus is strategy. That is section C, strategy. Again, this is a very broad area. Here you will have the opportunity to learn about how to design strategy, how organizations design a new strategy, how they formulate new strategy, okay, how they make changes to their existing strategy, how they achieve competitive advantage, how they sustain competitive advantage, how organizations look for growth opportunities. Okay, so you will be learning the different models and theories here. Next topic is about risk management or risk. Here you will have the opportunity to learn about different types of risks that organizations face, and then how to manage through those risks. Okay, so risk management is also very important part of the overall SBL. In section E, you will be learning about the technology developments. My dear, you know, we are in 2023, where there is a massive technological transformation are underway. There's a massive changes in the technology, whether we talk about data analytics, whether we talk about cloud computing, whether we talk about mobile technologies, whether we talk about artificial intelligence, you might have heard about. We talk about machine learning, we talk about Internet of Things. Okay, so we talk about connectivity, we talk about supply chains. So there is a massive use of technology. Even you should know, being SBL student, that technology is in the heart or at the center of now every organization strategy, whether it comes to leadership, governance, strategy, risk, whatever you talk about, any area of the organization is now technology is at the center. So that's why this area, and oftenly a question is tested from this area, technology. Then there are organization control and audit. Organizational control and audit. We are not going to learn about audit procedures or these kind of things, but here you will have the little touch of importance of audit in overall governance system of the organization. And you will learn about the importance of report or reporting. As you know that there is a lot of focus these days on sustainability reporting. You might have heard about sustainability reporting or like ESG reporting, or you might have heard about integrated reporting or GRI, or there are a lot of other formats are getting in the development phase. So as the reporting landscape is changing, what I'm saying, as the reporting landscape is changing, so the audit field is also evolving. Okay, reporting landscape is changing, so the audit field is also evolving. As you might have heard, there is a more focus now on natural capital, there is a more focus on social capital, there is a more focus on governance of the organization. So audit is also going through a lot of changes. Then finance, next section G of the syllabus is about finance and planning and design and decision making. So finance, when the finance is again just like technology, finance is concerned with all areas of the organization. Okay, when we are making decisions or when we are making planning, okay, finance is there. whether we are measuring performance of the organization, whether we are measuring different ratio analysis. For example, we are measuring rows, or we are measuring the gross profit or revenue growth or profit growth or share price, whatever, or we are evaluating the different projects, or we are making business modeling, for example, investment appraisal, whatever we talk about, we are planning of new product, we are planning of open like new factory, we are planning to go into new markets, new geographical presence. For example, a Mauritius-based company is planning to go into African countries, for example, Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa, Mozambique. Okay, or means here is finance. When there is a strategy, there is finance. And the last section of the syllabus is on innovation, performance excellence, and change management. So here you will be learning again a lot of different topics. You will be learning here about change management, importance of change management. Again, we know we are going through a very different type of business circumstances these days. So there is a need for change management. Okay, organization need to constantly evolve. Organization need to constantly change. Organization need to constantly disrupt their businesses, their business models. Okay, so you will be learning here about change management. You will be learning here about process management, the different processes, and how to change processes of the organization. You will be learning here about performance excellence, mean how an organization can achieve the performance excellence. And then you will be learning here about the project management, the basics of project management. Okay, you will learn here about business case. You will learn here about different documents that are used in the project management. You will learn here about leadership role in the project management. So this is overall a syllabus of the SBL. Okay, and then there are 5 skills. So section A to section H. From section A to section H, there are 8 sections of syllabus. Then you can see the 9th one is I, section I, professional skills. Here you will be learning about how to apply your knowledge. Basically, in these 8 sections, you will learn the knowledge of leadership, knowledge of governance, knowledge of strategy, knowledge of risk, knowledge of technology, knowledge of the audit and controls, knowledge of finance, knowledge of innovation, performance excellence, and change management. Then you have to apply that knowledge. And here is the professional skills, the 5 skills that you will need to learn. 5 skills that you will need to learn. So these 5 skills are analysis, evaluation. Number 3, communication skills. Number 4, skepticism. And number 5 is commercial acumen. The 5 skills that you need to learn: analysis, evaluation, communication, skepticism, and commercial acumen. Okay, so these are the 5 skills that you will need to learn and apply. Later, we will discuss in detail about these 5 skills, but right now, just we are looking at the overall picture. And then in the section J, that is about employability and technology skills. So there, it is not about the exam, but it's more about your professional skills, developing the skills of like the better use of computer, the better use of the softwares, for example, the spreadsheet software. Okay, we know that still, although increasing number of organizations are using now their comprehensive softwares or ERPs like SAP or Oracle, but still spreadsheet is there to stay. Okay, so you will be learning as a part of your SBL about employability and technology skills as well. For example, when you will learn about these 8 sections of the syllabus, there is a lot that you will learn and you will be able to apply at your work as well. There is so much, okay, that you will be able to learn and then apply at your work. Okay, so this is the overall a kind of snapshot of the syllabus discussion. I thought to give you a quick shot. Now let's come back to the point, the business world in 2023. What is the business world in 2023 today? There is massive, unprecedented changes are going on. Organizations are facing. I hope you are aware of the changes. The world is business world. The economic situation all across the globe is uncertain. There is like pandemic. Still, the business economy has not came out of the pandemic situation. We know how tough and difficult were the 2 years of the pandemic for the entire world. Then the new challenges, supply chain challenges, the whole world has witnessed and still we are witnessing. Then inflation came. Then recession came. We are learning about recession. We hear that there is a recession underway. We listen the news that recession is starting. Okay, but this is not just the few. There are a lot of other challenges that today organizations are facing. For example, you think about the trade wars. There is a big hit on the globalization. Okay, now increasingly countries are considering to give more priority to their local businesses. So there is a massive shift underway. Then we see there is an energy crisis all across the globe, for example, as a result of the Russia-Ukraine war, how this war has affected the whole world, energy markets, food markets, okay, fertilizer markets. There is, and one of the reasons behind that inflation was that war as well. Okay, energy prices massively gone up, food prices massively gone up. And there are other challenges organizations are facing. There is a technology disruption underway. Technology disruption. There are new business models are emerging. Okay, so the nature of the competition has changed. Okay, there's a massive change in the markets. There's a massive change and awareness in consumerism. Okay, consumers, their behaviors are changing. There is a big shift in regulation. If you are in financial industry or you are in other industry, you might be better aware that there is a big change in the regulatory requirements. There is a massive change in compliance requirements. And then here is the climate change. Okay, climate change, climate change, climate change, climate change. You might have heard the latest 27th COP in Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt ended in December. You might have heard about that. No, sorry, November. So there is, and this is not the complete list of the factors which organizations are facing. There is uncertainty everywhere in markets and products and technology. So now we can connect these dots with our SBL syllabus. This is the point where I want you to understand how interesting, how amazing, how wonderful is this SBL exam. Okay, in the light of these current global scenario, okay, in which we are living now, in which business organizations are operating, understand, right now we can see, okay, and yes, few other factors I have missed. For example, the interest rates have gone up all across the globe. Okay, so the financing cost has increased for the organizations. There are supply chain challenges for the organization. They are unable to get the supply chain, get their supplies. This is also one of the reasons that a lot of companies in developed countries, in Europe, in America, they are considering to have their operations in their own countries because of the supply chain disruptions. Okay, so these are the problems. These are the challenges, challenging times for business organizations. So here is the beauty of the SBL paper. Okay, the different topics that you will be learning in SBL, whether it is about leadership, whether it's about governance, whether it's about strategy, whether it is about risk, whether it is about internal controls, whether it is about finance, whether it's about technology, whether it's about change management. So there is a learning and application. There is a learning and application. So that's why I always encourage my students, whether this is SBL or whether they are at APM, that there is a big learning opportunity for you. These subjects, this SBL paper has so much to teach you, so much to train you, okay, so much to it has to build your knowledge base. It has so much to set new levels in your career, to give you more career paths. Understand? And now, after introduction of this, let's talk about the accounting profession a little bit. Accounting profession, as we are talking about the uncertainty, as we are talking about the massive shift, don't you think that accounting profession itself is going through the massive transformation? What do you think? This is my question to you. Do you think that the accounting profession is also going through the massive changes? Please respond. By the way, you might have noticed my style of teaching is two-way. I believe in two-way communication, not just speaking, but I like my students, my audience, to participate in the discussion. And I believe this is the best way to learn. Because when you ask questions, when you participate in discussion, when you start conversation, okay, you learn more than just listening. So this is very important. And I always encourage my students to ask questions. Okay, take notes, ask questions. That is very important in as a part of the learning process. Okay, so my question to you is that, do you think that accounting profession itself is going through the transformation, is going through the change? What do you think? Is accounting profession, do you think accounting profession going through changes or not? Any student can speak. Hello, Romeo. Would you like to shed some light?
Yes, yes, I believe the accounting professional is evolving. So many organizations are now adopting latest technological changes, artificial intelligence, like uh, blockchains, etc. So
Very
they
good.
are moving, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Any other student would like to share a few thoughts on the latest changes in accounting profession? Hello, Nizla. Can you hear us? Can you please share a few thoughts on the latest developments in accounting profession?
Yes. Hello.
Hello. I think your voice is breaking. Okay, no problem. All right.
Hello.
Yes. Oh, it's okay, no problem. I think the voice is breaking. It's okay, all right. So, as just Romeo mentioned, that there is a change underway. Okay, because of the AI, because of the blockchain, and then there are other technologies such as the use of the cloud, okay, cloud computing. So finance and accounting and finance industry itself is going through the big changes. Okay, there's a more automation, there's a more automation, there's a more use of AI in the finance systems and financial procedures. So here is a point for us. Should we adapt? Should we accountants adapt? Yes. If we don't adapt, what may happen? But if we adapt our role, I can tell you, as I am updated with the latest developments in the reporting, in the latest developments in accounting and finance, I can tell you the role of the accountant has increased than ever before. Okay, the importance of accountant in modern organization has increased than ever before. But let me tell you, that is a different type of accountant. That is not the typical mindset accountant that just focus on financial transactions and that's it. No, my dear. As on the one side, I'm telling you that the importance of accountant has increased than ever before. Accountants now, they need to lead the organization. They need to be at the center or at the core of organization strategy. This is the one side, that the importance of the job of the accountant. But the demands, the requirements from the accountant are also different. For example, typically, accountants have rarely assumed to be part of the marketing department, or accountants have been rarely be part of the leading the cyber security projects, or you can say the employees motivation projects, or employee training and learning projects, or market development projects. Accountants have rarely, but now they need to be at the center of the organization strategy. Why? Why? And yes, one more important thing, stakeholders' expectations have changed now, my dear. Stakeholder expectations have changed. Now, stakeholders want more transparency, more trust, more traceability. So, who can provide this all? Give me the answer. Who have the access to the data of the organization, who have the access to the financial and other non-financial information, who is collecting all these information? This is the accountant. So stakeholders expectations have changed. Understand, for example, investors, for example, the finance providers, for example, the markets, for example, shareholders, they want more transparency from the organizations. They want more controls in the organization. They want more robust risk management in the organization. They want more ethics and ethical practices within the organization. They want more responsible behavior within the organization. So who is at the center of all these? Accountant. So my dear, you have the opportunity to lead the business world, but you need to equip yourself with a different set of skills, with a different set of competencies, with a different set of capabilities, with a new knowledge that you need to develop. And you will prove that, yes, we are the most important part of the organization. We are the accountants. I hope you are clear on this. You understood this? You have any question? Have you understood this all? Few minutes of discussion. You have any question? You can use the chat box. You can use chat box and you can discuss through chats as well. My question is, are you understood about the changing role of the accountant? Are you understood? Very good. Perfect. Thank you very much for your response. Thank you. So in this light of, or in this overall backdrop of massive shift in the business and economy, and then the role of the accountant is evolving than ever before, and this demands new skills, new knowledge from us. So our importance in the organization is more than ever. Okay, we are expected to lead the change. We are expected to initiate the change. We are expected to manage the change. So importance of the accountant is now more than ever before. We are now strategic partners of the organization, just not accountant. Okay, because we have more latest knowledge than anyone. Okay, we are better equipped. So this was the one of the reason for this SBL paper as well that I have just discussed with you. Okay, as the business world is changing, the business world is evolving, organizations are facing with the new challenges. So the role of the accountant has evolved. For that reason, the strategic business leader, this course, this paper was introduced. One of the reason was that to better equip the future accountants, better prepare the future accountants with the latest developments in the business and finance world. So I hope that you are clear. The one business case, SBL is all about the single case of the organization. This is not like traditional exams where you are given multiple questions and you are required to have multiple answers. No, there is a single organization scenario is presented, and that organization is facing with different type of challenges, different type of problems, different type of phenomena. There are, so in the same organization case in the SBL, you will be dealing with different type of issues. Sometimes you are working as finance director, sometimes you are supporting to the CEO, sometimes you are supporting to the chairman, sometimes you are writing an email, sometimes you are writing a memo to the employees to change. Sometimes you are writing a motivational letter to all employees. So there are different set of requirements that you will be dealing with in the SBL paper, and this reflects the true business world as well. This reflects the true business world as well. I hope you are now little bit clear with SBL. How beautiful, how amazing is this paper. Now, that 8 sections of the syllabus, you please think SBL as integrated. What? Think SBL as integrated. Integrated means that all 8 sections of the syllabus are highly integrated with each other. Don't study any section in isolation. You can note down, if you are taking notes, that integrated approach you need to develop when you are studying the SBL. Okay, what is the integrated approach? For example, when we talk about section A, that is the leadership. Section B is about governance. Both are connected with each other. Okay, because governance is talking about directors, and directors are the leaders. So the role of the leadership, role of directors are same. Section C is about strategy. So who formulates strategy? They are directors, they are the leaders. So overall, the point here is that different sections of the syllabus are interconnected with each other, interlinked with each other. So when you are studying different topics, okay, of different sections, you can think of connecting each topic with other topics. Okay, I hope you clear. Next is have a quick look at the syllabus topics or syllabus outline. What this is a like broad learning of the syllabus or broad learning of the topics. For example, in section A, that is about leadership. You will be learning about the qualities of leadership. What makes great leaders? What makes effective leaders? What qualities normally they uh, like should have that would make them more effective in the changing circumstances of the organization? You will be learning about the role of leadership and culture of the organization. Culture, as you would be aware, the importance of leadership in setting culture of the organization, setting tone of the organization, whether the culture is evolving, whether the culture is, you can say, robust, whether the culture is thriving or the culture is stagnant. This is the role of the leadership. If the leaders are very energetic, if the leaders are looking into the future, if they are future focused, if they are visionary leaders, what using visionary leaders, okay, this will help to set the tone of the organization. This will help to set the culture of the organization. So if the leaders are more energetic, more future focused, the followers, employees will also follow the same mindset. Okay, they will follow the same mindset. So culture is very interesting topic here in SPL within the context of the leadership. Then you will have the opportunity to learn about the professional ethical codes. Okay, ethics or ethical codes. So here you will learn about the ACCA 5 points ethical framework when we are making decisions, because leaders make decisions, understand? So when we are making decisions, what ethical points we should follow, what ethical guideline we need to follow, you will be learning here. Next, in section B, that is about governance. Here are the broad category of topics that you will be learning about. For example, you will be learning about agency problem. Agency problem. What is agency problem? Agency problem, like first you need to learn about the principal and agent relationship. Principal and agent relationship. Who is the principal? Who is the agent? Shareholders or owners of the organization or investors, they are the principal, whereas they appoint directors to manage the organization, to lead the organization. So directors will be the agents of their principal. So when there is principal agent relationship, there would be agency problem. Okay, so how to manage that agency problem, you will be learning here. Then stakeholders analysis and organizational social responsibility. Stakeholders analysis. As I mentioned earlier, that the expectations of stakeholders are changing now. Okay. Regulation is changing now. Compliance is changing now. Consumers, customers, suppliers, they are changing now. So there is more need to understand who are your stakeholders and how they would be affected because of the decisions, because of the actions of the organization. Here comes some interesting points for you. Stakeholders analysis. Previously, when we have been understanding stakeholders, we just have been looking at people. But now the circumstances have changed. New stakeholders have emerged. And do you know who are they? Do you know who are the new stakeholders that we need to consider in our day-to-day actions, in our day-to-day decisions? Can you please tell me? I will be more than happy to hear from you. Who are the new stakeholders that we need to consider in our decisions? Okay, society. All right. Yes, Romeo. New stakeholders, nature. We need to consider nature as stakeholder. Yes, my dear. Air, water, oceans, fish, animals, forests, trees, plants. These are all stakeholders. These are all affected because of the actions of human being, actions of business organization. So the role of corporate citizen has become more broad. Role of the corporate citizen has become more broad because there are new classes of stakeholders that we need to consider. Here I can give you some more updated information. I can tell you. Are you aware of the latest sustainability standards being uh, implemented? Are you aware of the latest changes in accounting standards? Are you aware of the latest changes in accounting standards? Do you know that sustainability standards are coming? Anyone, any student? Sustainability standards, IASB, International Accounting Standard Board, and Sustainability Accounting Standard Board. Okay, new standards are coming, and yes, there is a more reporting requirements, my dear. Okay, there are more reporting requirements on nature. There are more reporting requirements on business model sustainability. There are more reporting requirements about human rights, about social interactions. And interesting thing is there are some standards coming on biodiversity as well. Yes, biodiversity. You should know double materiality. If you are in the audit field or if you want to pursue your career in audit, being accountant, we need to be updated with all these latest developments. Double materiality. Okay, and you should know about the emissions trading. These are all the latest developments. Yes, companies will be required to now report on emissions, about their water consumption, about their impact on the nature, about their impact on the biodiversity, how much natural capital they are using. So companies will be required to report on all these. So there's a big shift in the reporting framework, my dear. Okay, so all this is directly related to our governance area. Understand, that's why I told you that there is so much for you to learn from this paper. Stakeholders analysis and organizational social responsibility. Yes, organization social responsibility. Being the corporate citizen, organization has more responsibility than ever before. Then there are topics such as governance, scope, and approaches. So here you will be learning about the different approaches to governance. For example, there are two famous approaches to governance. One is called rule-based approach. Other is called principle-based approach. Principle-based approach is more applied in UK and some countries. Principle-based approach is more like approach of following all and every point in the governance system that is applied in US. So there are two approaches. Next topic is about reporting to stakeholders. As I mentioned earlier, that there is a latest developments in the reporting. Okay, there is a massive change in the reporting guidelines. So organizations are expected to follow those latest developments in reporting. For example, they are required to report on their impact on the nature, their impact on society, their impact on the humans, okay, their impact on the biodiversity, their impact on the nature. So there is more elaborative, more comprehensive reporting. These now board of directors, there are different types of directors in the organization. For example, executive directors and non-executive directors, you will be learning here. And then public sector governance, okay. Uh, Public sector governance, for example, like not-for-profit sector or the government sector. So you will be learning here about that. Then the next section is about strategy. So you will be learning here about the different concepts of strategy, the different models of strategy. How are strategies developed? How are strategies formulated? How are strategies designed? You will learn here about that. Then you will learn here about the environmental factors, how environmental factors affect strategy of the organization. So you will learn here about different models such as pastel model, or you will learn here about the Porter diamond model, that these models are used to analyze the environment in which the organization is operating and how those factors affect strategy. Then you will learn about comparative forces, competition and comparative forces, mean how different forces of competition, they affect strategy of the organization. Then internal resources, capabilities and competence of an organization. You will learn here about different, you will learn here about the knowledge, about skills, about competencies, about resources which an organization has, and how to make better use of those resources and those skills and that knowledge to achieve competitive advantage. Then you will be learning here about strategic choices, how organization make choices, how organization make choices, how they choose out of different options available, option A, option B, option C, which one is the most effective, which one is the best option, you will learn here. Then risk area is about risk identification, assessment, and measurement. You will learn here about how to identify risk. You will learn here about how to assess risk. When we talk about assessment of risk, it is about looking at two factors. These two factors are, first one factor, number one, is about the impact of that risk. Mean how much impact will be over the organization if this risk materializes. Second factor is likelihood. Likelihood mean the chance of occurrence of that risk. Mean what is the percentage of occurrence of this particular risk. So two factors, likelihood and impact. On that basis, you will be making a risk assessment and then measurement of risk. Okay, so you will learn here all this. Then managing, monitoring, and mitigating risk. My dear, when we talk about risk management, it is not just about risk identification and risk assessment. It also involves taking actions to mitigate the risk. So you will be learning here about that. Section E is about technology and data analytics. So what you will learn here in this technology area, very interesting and amazing topics. For example, you will learn here about the importance of cloud and mobile technology. cloud and mobile technology. Okay, so how means the benefits of cloud and mobile technology and the risks to the organization from the cloud and mobile technology. Then you will learn about big data and data analytics. Big data and data analytics. We know that these days how much data is being generated, how much data organizations are capturing these days because of sophisticated information systems, because of the enterprise resource planning system. There's a massive amount of data that organizations are capturing, and then analyzing that data. Okay, just data capturing is not sufficient. Okay, it's equally important to analyze that data in order to identify those new patterns, new trends. So data analytics uncover those new hidden patterns, those new hidden patterns. Okay, data analytics would uncover. So this will enable the organization to improve their performance. Understand? Very interesting and exciting topics are here. Then you will be learning about e-business. E-business means electronic business, or in other words, digital business, digital organization. You might have heard about digital strategy of the organization. You might have heard about digital transformation of the organizations. So here you will be learning about how organizations can transform digitally, how a business can become a digital business with the help of value chain model. Okay, next. And then the fourth area of this section, E, is about IT systems, security and controls. My dear, we know as more data we are capturing, more vulnerable organizations are becoming. Okay, vulnerable in the sense is about their threats to the data. Okay, risks to the data in terms of cybersecurity, in terms of their like risk to the data breach. So there is need to have more robust, more effective IT control systems. So here there's a big learning for you about threats, about opportunities, and the role of the accountant here again in this cybersecurity controls. The role of the accountant here is important. Okay, then next, section F is about organization control and audit. So you will be learning here about management and internal control systems. Yes, you will learn here about what are effective internal control systems. What are the features of a good internal control system? Okay, and on which factors it should focus. You will learn here. Then you will learn here about audit and compliance. What is this? Little bit, I already have given you hint. The evolving field of audit. Okay? And then compliance. There are more challenges. There are more changes in regulation about reporting, about information, about control systems. Understand? So organizations now have to respond to these changes. For example, there's a demands of sustainability reporting. There are demands from the organization to report on emissions. Okay, there are demands from the organization to report on their social capital, their human capital, their processes, to report on their supply chain. So when organization is reporting on all these areas, then there are audits as well. Then organization need to have assurance as well. So assurance and audit is here. Okay. Then section G is about finance and planning and decision making. So First, you need to understand the importance of changes in finance function. Yes, finance function itself is going through massive changes. For example, you have heard about fintech, financial technologies, okay? Increasingly developing this landscape of the fintech. And then here is the like smart technologies are used in the financial technology, then the blockchain, how blockchain is disrupting the existing financial systems and financial models. We need to understand here the changes landscape of the finance function. Financial analysis and decision making techniques, this is a typical, such as the ratio analysis, importance of ratio analysis, and then like investment appraisal. My dear, you will need to learn here about, you already have learned, but you need to just revise your knowledge about NPV, IRR, payback, these type of calculation, because these are used when we are planning, when we are making plan for investment and appraisal. So these are used here. Then cost and management accounting techniques. The old knowledge you have already gathered, just you need to refresh, but in a different landscape. Okay, so the role of budgeting, role of variance analysis, marginal costing, pricing, make or buy decisions, break-even analysis, outsourcing, a little bit touch. Don't be worried that you will be working on these uh, uh, techniques in detail. No, 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 no. Just basics. Just basics. Make or buy decision, for example. Just basic calculations, because this is a strategic level paper. This is not operational level paper where you need to make detailed calculation. No, here is more focus on non-financial side. There is a more focus on qualitative side. And here is the section H. Which topics you will be learning in the section H? Enabling success and change management. So here you will be learning about, for example, organization structure. Organization structure. So what structure? If we talk about typical structure of the organization, typical, normally tall structures, such as organization structured on functional basis, okay, or an organization is structured on divisional basis, okay, but there are new concepts, there are new ideas in organization structure. For example, boundaryless organization. Yes, boundaryless organization. There are new developments in the organization structure. For example, hollow structure, hollow organization, modular organization. Okay, why? Because there's a more focus on outsourcing. Organizations are increasingly becoming complex. So when they are increasingly becoming complex, they may not have all the skills, they may not have all the resources. So there is more and more focus on outsourcing those skills from outside experts, outside specialist organizations. Okay, so you will be learning here about boundaryless structures, hollow, modular organizations, virtual organization. Very interesting concept. Virtual organization, an organization that only exist online, that do not have a physical presence. So where members of the organizations are scattered in the different geographical destinations. Understand? Next, you will be learning about enabling success, disruptive technologies such as platforms such as financial technologies, fintech, such as cryptos, such as blockchain, such as cloud computing. You will be learning that how these technologies are transforming and disrupting. What word I'm using? Disrupting. Then you will learn about enabling success, talent management. So here you will learn about POPIT model, POPIT, POPIT model. Okay, this model consists of the four factors. Four factors, POPIT. So this model says that not just information technology, but there are other factors as well that are equally important. For example, P stand for processes of the organization. O stand for overall organization management. P stand for people. I stand for information technology. So the four factors are equally important. Then next, number 4, enabling success, performance excellence. So here you will have the opportunity to learn about Baldrige criteria. Baldrige model is used for how to achieve performance excellence. How to achieve performance excellence. Okay, so you will be using Baldrige criteria. Then topic number 5 is about managing strategic change. Here you will be learning about the two models. You can see that's why I have used different color to reflect on the different models. There are a lot of models in section H. In managing strategic change, you will learn about contextual feature model. What is contextual feature model? Contextual feature model is a model that can be used by leaders to understand the context of change. Context of change mean whether the overall environment is ready for the change or not. Okay, so this you will be learning here. Then there is a next model, Leuven 3-stage model. This model can teach you how to implement a change in 3 stages. In 3 stages. Stage number 1, stage number 2, stage number 3. And then number 6 is about innovation and change management. So here you will be learning about how to redesign processes, different patterns of process redesign, different patterns of process redesign. And then you will learn here about Harman process strategy matrix, mean how to change a process, how to change a process using Harman process strategy matrix. And then last topic of this amazing SBL syllabus is leading and managing projects. Leading and managing projects, here you will be learning about how to lead projects. So the importance of leadership in the overall project management. Okay, for example, the role of project director, the role of project sponsor, the role of project manager, the role of the project team. So you will be learning here about that. And then how to manage the projects, different types of documents that are used, how to manage project risk management. So you will learn here about. My dear, that's it about the wonderful discussion, wonderful, quick summary discussion of this amazing paper, SBL. And then there are 5 professional skills that you need to learn about. Okay, communication, commercial acumen, analysis, evaluation, and skepticism. Here, you need to learn something important. What you need to do, or what you need a different mindset, by the way, for SBL. This is not typical paper. So you need to have a different mindset, a different approach for this paper, a different like idea you need to have about this paper. Okay, so what do you need to do for this paper? On the one side, there is knowledge. On the other side, there is application. On the one side, there is knowledge. On the other side, there is application. You can take these notes. If you are taking notes, you can take these notes. When we talk about knowledge, we can split it. We can divide knowledge into two types. One knowledge is here, your syllabus. One knowledge is here, syllabus knowledge. Other knowledge is not here. Where is that piece of knowledge? Okay, I repeat. You need to focus on two things. Number one, knowledge, and then application. Knowledge, we can divide into two types. One knowledge is syllabus knowledge, all these topics that we just have discussed. Second piece of knowledge is not here, but this knowledge piece is available in the broader learning. For example, that knowledge you will learn from business news, business articles, industry news, industry reports, overall business and economy. And here is the point. SBL focuses a lot on pushing your knowledge boundaries. SBL focuses a lot to seek and know the latest business and economy updates. So this will require you to read quality newspapers and quality journals. Okay, my dear. So this knowledge you will get from these articles. Definitely, I will be sharing with you many news articles and news pieces, but you will also need to make sure you update it. So for this reason, I normally suggest that you download the few apps, okay, of quality newspapers. For example, Financial Times. You can download this app. This is a paid, Financial Times is paid, but at least you can just glance through headlines. Okay, in the app of the Financial Times, you can go through the headlines only. There are free quality news outlets as well. For example, Guardian, UK newspaper. Okay, you have heard about Guardian or Guardian? You know about that? Guardian newspaper. Have you heard about that? You can search it. That is a free source, and there is a plenty of business articles and news available. Then Bloomberg, you can download Bloomberg. Some content is paid, some content is free available, so you can read it, or at least you can just quickly glance through the news headlines. So this will enable you to know what is going on currently, what is going on in the business and world and regions and economies, what is going on. Okay, I will also share with you later the free sources of quality news, so you can update yourself whenever you are free. Okay, during the lunch break in the office, for example, or if you are going to office in the morning via like train, for example, you are going to office. Okay, so you can go through these news headlines, or you are going back home, you have few minutes, 3-4 minutes, just go, open the app and go through the news outlet, news, current news. Literally, this will enhance your knowledge, enhance your learning, enhance your understanding. And if you want more something, then I would suggest you to read Economist magazine. Economist magazine is also available in Mauritius. You can find it, I think, from Super U, I guess. I think either in Jumbo or in Super U. Have you seen Economist magazine? On the magazine area of Super U, I think. So I am not asking to buy every week, but at least after every 2 weeks, you can buy one. It would cost you almost, I think, 170, 180, I guess, if there's not much impact of inflation. Okay, but reading Economist magazine will offer you a lot of advantages. How to think, how to develop a story, understand how to develop a story, how to develop content, how to analyze a story. There are a lot of advantages of reading news articles in the Economist magazine. I would suggest for you. Okay, after every 2 weeks, you can buy one. This will definitely help you in learning better about SBL and prepare better about SBL. Definitely, it will help you. Okay, so we are talking about knowledge. Are you clear on knowledge side that there is a 2 types of knowledge? Are you clear on this? Hello, are you clear the 2 types of knowledge? You already have taken notes. One knowledge is here in the syllabus. Other knowledge is beyond this syllabus. Okay, one knowledge is here in the syllabus. Other knowledge is beyond this, and this knowledge you will have in the quality news papers. Number 2 thing is about application. Application. SBL paper, there are 100 marks total, 80 marks for knowledge and 20 marks for application. 80 marks for knowledge, 20 marks for skills, mean application, 20 marks. These 20 marks are based around or set around 5 skills: communication, commercial acumen, analysis, evaluation, and skepticism. You should know you don't have to write for these 20 marks. Okay? You don't have to write for these 20 marks. Rather, you just have to write for 80 marks. But these 20 marks will follow if you have followed the question or task requirements. Let me repeat. You don't have to write for these 20 marks for professional skills. These 20 marks are awarded on the basis of how successfully your answer reflect task requirement. So this is about application. This is about application. Communication. What is communication? How effectively you communicate your point. How effectively you communicate the issue, the problem, the opportunity. How effectively you communicate to the right person. When it comes to commercial acumen, it is about how you use your broad knowledge to offer a solution. Broad knowledge. Here, commercial acumen will require to use your broad knowledge. Broad knowledge means this knowledge may not be in the syllabus. but industry knowledge, business knowledge, economy knowledge. Okay, and this knowledge you will have from the reading articles, reading news, reading magazine, listening to quality newspaper, news headlines. Okay, so commercial acumen. And yes, my dear, you also take note that in every SBL paper, there will be 1 or 2 tasks would be set, minimum 1 to 2. Even you can expect 3 tasks as well. That will require your commercial acumen. Yes, those tasks would require your knowledge from broad sources. Okay, for example, what is this? What I'm saying? You can expect 1 or 2 or 3 tasks in SBL where your answer would be based around your broader knowledge. Your syllabus knowledge would little help you. Or in other words, there would be little from the syllabus that can help you to write answers for those tasks. Rather, your broader knowledge will help you. 1 or 2 or 3 tasks you can expect in each SBL paper. Then analysis. Analysis is about analyze existing situation, analyze existing information, analyze existing problem. Okay. Evaluation is more about when you have to make choices. So evaluate it. When you have to make choices, evaluate it. Evaluation is about whether this particular strategy, for example, whether this particular course of action or particular strategy is suitable for this organization or not. So this is evaluation. And skepticism. You know, we are living in an era of social media. We are living in an era of fake news. We are living in an era where we are surrounded by so much information. If I ask you a question, should we believe in every type of information that we are provided? Hello, my dear. Should we trust and believe in every type of information that is provided to us on the social media platforms or anywhere? Should we believe in every information? Should we make our decisions on that basis? No, 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 no. We need to be what? We need to be skeptic. We need to be skeptic. We need to be skeptic. Careful. So when you are provided information, you need to be careful about those information. The same skill is required in SBL paper. Same skill is required at your work as well. When you are making decisions, we use information. Those information would be from different sources, from this source, this source, this source, this source. And some information may be inaccurate. Some information may be outdated. So we need to be very careful in making decisions. Okay, there is skepticism. Very interesting skill. So this is about the syllabus and knowledge. I hope you have got it clear. Next, how is SBL syllabus examined? As I have told you earlier, the 4-hour exam with a single compulsory section uses integrated case study model with a number of tasks, and all requirements are related to one scenario. To ensure that the tasks are realistic and that ACCA can examine the syllabus more widely, candidates may have to take on different leadership or management roles. Yes. Sometimes you're working as project director. Sometimes you are working as finance director. Sometimes you are supporting or helping the chairman. Sometimes you are supporting CEO. Sometimes you are working as marketing director. Sometimes you are working as the risk manager, different roles. And you will be provided different types of documents. You will be provided with different type of information. For example, like data analysis of spreadsheets. You will be required analysis of visual aids. Yes, my dear, in the SBL paper, you can be provided with flow charts, heat maps, process maps. So you will be using those maps to develop your solution. So, for example, here's a glimpse of requirements from March 20 to give you some idea about how SBL paper or SBL tasks look like. Glimpse of requirements from March 20. Number 1, TT4U, a company, Chief Executive Officer, is concerned about the possibility that major contracts will not be won or renewed and would like your views on what the main risks are for TT4U. What the main risks are for TT4U. What is the requirement? Prepare briefing notes. What? Briefing notes for the board which analyze the main risks which threaten TT4U being awarded new contracts and retaining current contracts. So this is how questions are set. Now, how you need to structure your answer, that is a big skill that will be part of your SBL learning in this your course. How to structure answers, how to read questions, how to structure answers. So if we have to structure answer for this question, we need to have the clear understanding of this question. How? How can we understand it clearly? Prepare briefing notes. So we are now clear that we are going to prepare briefing notes. Okay, briefing notes for the board, which for the board. So who is our audience? Our audience is the board, which analyzes main risks which threaten TT4U. Stop here, stop here. Threaten TT4U. Main risks threaten TT4U. Being awarded new contracts and retaining existing contracts. It means there are two types of contracts, or we have to focus on two areas. One is risks to new contracts, and the second, risks to retain existing contracts. Okay, so when we are going to write our answer, first we can split, we can design, we can structure our answer around two themes. One is new contracts, other is existing contracts. So this is how you need to structure your answer, and this will be a big part of your SBL learning in this course. Okay, we will be focusing a lot on these areas, a lot of focus on how to structure answer, how to structure answer. Next, professional skills marks are available for demonstrating analysis skill in establishing the risk relating to TT4U. What is this? Professional skills marks are available for demonstrating analysis skill. Which skill? Analysis skill. Analysis skill in establishing risk relating to TT4U. So it means if you have established those risks that are threatening TT for you, new and existing contracts, you will get these 2 marks. You don't have to write extra for these 2 marks, no. But just if your answer follow this requirement, you will be getting these 2 marks. I hope you are getting it clear how marks are earned in SBL. Next, I have also produced one page, for example, for you, unlocking SBL task patterns. My dear, you should be clear that there is no specific format in SBL. Please make it clear. There is no specific format. Okay? It keeps changing. Sometimes there are 4 tasks, sometimes there are 5 tasks, sometimes there are multiple tasks within a single task. There is no marks allocation, means to fixed marks allocation, no, constantly changing. And this is the beauty of SBL, because it reflects the actual business environment. Yes, SBL paper reflects actual business environment. That's why an actual business environment is not, you can say, constant. It is keep changing. Okay, so structure of SBL, there is no predictable structure. Case can be set around organization operating in the public or private or profit or not for profit. Board structure of each case will give candidates information about organization from a variety of sources. So you could be provided a variety of sources. For example, you can be provided staff interviews, you can be provided customer surveys or staff surveys, you can be provided with board meetings, board reports, press articles, you can be provided website extracts, you can be provided with organizational charts, email, memos, spreadsheets, pictures, figures, tables, diagrams, presentation, charts. You can have a multiple sources. Okay, these are called exhibits in SBL, exhibits. So you can expect 6 or 7 or 8 exhibits in the one SBL paper. In those exhibits, all the information are provided. Road to the success. Road to the success. So a few points to remember as from day one. There is no exact formula to pass SBL exam. To pass SBL, it requires you developing a particular skill. Skill mean particular mindset. SBL. So this will be part of these coming 4 months of course. We will be working on developing that mindset. Okay. Over these coming 4 months of the course, the focus will be to develop the right mindset. To pass SBL requires you developing a particular skill. To develop that skill, you need to have right attitude and disciplined approach, a well-planned study schedule. Continuously broaden your knowledge of paper and around. Though there are 4 hours to write the exam, but the time passes very fast. That is also a fact. So the only way to get confidence is through learning technical knowledge and practice. Yes, my dear, knowledge plus practice, knowledge plus practice. So some highlights of what you need to do. First, time management. There will be 4 hours, mean 240 minutes. So how you can manage it effectively? Normally, it is recommended that you can use 40 minutes in reading the scenario or reading the whole case, 40 minutes. Okay. 20 minutes you can use for planning or structuring the answers. By the way, during this course, you will have the opportunity to work on all these guidelines. 40 minutes of reading, 20 minutes of planning and structuring your answer. So 60 minutes are gone. Now you have 3 hours, or in other words, 180 minutes left for 80 marks. If you divide it, because 1 hour you have spent on reading and planning, 3 hours are left for 80 marks. So how much time you should allocate per mark? For example, if there is a task for 10 marks, how much time maximum you can allocate for those 10 marks? So planning, 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 planning is very, very important. Planning is very important. That will be a part of your learning journey of SBL. Planning, how to effectively plan. So for 180, you have minutes and 80 marks. So this is 2.25 minutes, almost 2.25 minutes. Anyway, this is not an exact formula. Some students may read the scenario earlier than 40 minutes. Some students may take 5-10 minutes more. They may finish reading in 50 minutes. So they may take 30 minutes in planning. In this way, 80 minutes are gone. So you have 160 minutes remaining. And then you have to use those 160 minutes divided by 80 accordingly. This is not exact formula that should be applied to everyone. No. Every student has a different learning attitude. Every student has a different learning mindset and different learning purpose, their pattern. But the point here is you will need to prepare and practice. So 20 professional marks will be earned in the way you construct and present your answer, not for writing additional content. Be on top of your game from minute 1. So that is very important. From minute 1, you should be on top of the game. If you are waiting for a few minutes, just thinking, time is passing. Time is passing. So this is a part of your training that you will be learning. Previously, there were 15 minutes for reading and planning. Now 45 minutes extra time, more time to plan. Reading the case study. How to read? How to read the case study? So normally we recommend that first you start reading the requirements first. Okay. Now you will be having the computer-based exam. Everything is in the computer screen, just one click. So we recommend to first read the requirements and copy requirements and paste in your answer format or response option. Please listen it carefully. Copy the requirements and paste into the response option, whether you are using, of course, you are using like Word. Okay, so paste into the Word. And now after copy paste and having clarity and understanding of the task requirements, now go into the exhibits where most of the information are given, and those information you will be using to write and structure your answer. Okay, so first task requirements, copy and paste, and then go into exhibits. Okay, next, analyzing the requirements. That is a very important thing. Unfortunately, a lot of students, they struggle with analyzing and understanding the requirements. Okay, so we recommend that no 2 to 3 times minimum you go through the task requirement. Even 4 to 5 times you can go through the task requirement and split it into, or you can highlight different parts of the task. There would be multiple requirements, my dear, keep in mind. There would be multiple requirements within the task. So better to highlight. In your computer screens, you will have the highlight option. So highlight the different components of the task. Next is planning. Remember 5 P's. Proper planning prevents poor performance. How will you approach the answer? As there is always the temptation to start answering question as soon as you can without planning a suitable structure, you are likely to deviate from the point and start to waffle. So this is important. You have the plan, how you are going to do that. You should not start writing until you have planned what you will say and in which order. So two things, what you will say and in which order you will say it, or how you will structure it. Choose a planning method that suits you best. Planning method means a format, a design, or a model, or a theory, or a framework planning method. It may involve making notes or an answer plan within the Scratchpad. Yes, you can use Scratchpad as well for your planning. Plan must reflect the question requirement. Write some headings that will structure to your answer. That we strongly recommend. That headings, more use of headings. More headings, more ideas. More headings, more thoughts. So make more use of headings. Okay. And headings you can develop in planning time, during the planning. So this is how you need to plan and structure your answers. Answering the question, guideline to follow. Make use of headings and subheadings. Yes, more headings, more ideas, more marks, more points. So make use of headings and subheadings. Allowing the target audience, who is your target audience? For example, the board or the chairman or any other C-level executive. Allow the target audience, main marker, to easily navigate their way through your answer. Your answer, this is the reason why we focus so much on the importance of having a structured answer. Structured answer. Structured answer means there should be a pattern in your answer. There should be a kind of connectivity in your answer. Every point should be part of the same story. Okay, there should be a kind of natural connection between different points that you are explaining. Okay, so this suggests a professional and organized approach to dealing with the complex array of business problems contained in the exam. Avoid making any irrelevant points or repeating the question. This will not help you getting marks. So please avoid repeating or copying a part of the question and pasting in the answer. No, that would little help. Avoid using assertive or aggressive words. Yes. So what is the best language? You need to be more polite. polite words. So this will be part of your training and learning in this course. Okay. Exam is not a volume exercise, but assesses quality of answer produced. Yes. So don't be worried about you have to write 2 or 3 pages of your answer. No, no. It's more focused on quality, and keep in mind, you can think of 2 marks or 1 mark per point. 1 mark per point, you can think this formula. And 1 point may be completed just in 2 lines, just 2 lines. So for example, if there is a 10 marks part and you are writing 20 to 25 lines, that would be more than enough. But those 20 to 25 lines should reflect the requirement. Ability to write concise but accurate and complete answers is a skill that should be practiced to save time and developing better quality answers. Follow a suitable format. If a prescribed format, such as a report or email, is required, this should be used. Sentences should be short and to the point, short sentences. Write between 2 and 4 sentences in a paragraph to develop each point you wish to make in sufficient depth. Leave space between the paragraphs. Yes, my dear, space between the paragraphs, as it makes the answer easier to read and mark. Any supporting numerical analysis should be referred to in the body of your answer and expanded appropriately. There will always be 20 marks allocated to 5 professional skills that can be examined, and all of them will be tested in every exam, though mark allocation for each may be different. Approaching the exam in a professional way may well be difference between passing and failing the exam. Spend plenty of time practicing questions that require demonstration of each skill, 5 skills. So demonstration of each skill, reviewing your response against the meanings defined by ACCA to check you have got it right. It requires students to develop integrated thinking and evidence-based approach, as the marker will circle the number of evidences, and more the evidence, higher will be the marks. Yes, very interesting point that you need to learn, evidence-based approach. So where that evidence be? From the scenario, from the exhibits, you will have the evidences. So more evidence mean these are kind of reference points, basically your reference points. More reference points you make in the answer, more marks you will have. Okay, writing skills. Now this is a more computer-based skills, typing. So you need to improve your typing skill, and that's it. For guideline, how is the exam to be marked? We have just discussed that there will be like 80 technical marks and 20 professional skills marks. Technical marks, 80 marks for the correct use and application of syllabus knowledge. Question verbs will be used with each requirement to probe the student's knowledge and their ability to demonstrate. All questions will be based upon same scenario to integrate the question set, an advantage to the students who will be focusing on one overall context for their tasks. However, additional information more closely associated with each individual task will be revealed to help the candidate with the specific context. Okay, 20 professional skills marks. And these are the 5 professional skills. Commercial acumen. Now each skill is further divided into 3 points or 3 areas. Mean 3 meanings. Commercial acumen. In summary, this means candidates have to show awareness of the wider business and external factors affecting business, using commercially sound judgment and insight to resolve issues and exploit opportunities. So this is summary. If we divide this summary, there are 3 points. Number 1, commercial acumen is about show insight. Commercial acumen is about demonstrate awareness. Commercial acumen is about use judgment. Use judgment. So these are the 3 meanings or points of commercial acumen. Skepticism. In summary, this means the candidates have to probe, question, and challenge. Probe, question, and challenge information and views presented to them. Means what information is presented to them, they should probe, they should question, they should challenge their validity, their value, their accuracy. To fully understand business issues and to establish facts objectively based on ethical and professional values. So these are probe, question, and challenge. There are further meanings of each you can have. Then the third one is analysis. What is analysis? Analysis is about detailed and careful examination in a structured, design way to help knowing it and understand its impact. In summary, this means the candidates have to thoroughly investigate and research information from a variety of sources and logically process these information with a view to considering it for recommending appropriate actions. Analysis. So analysis is about investigate. Analysis is about inquire. Analysis is about consider what information are given and what is the value of those information. So don't be confused or stressed about these 5 skills. Sometimes these skills overlap with each other. Yes, overlap with each other. So no need to worry or no need to stress about these, because once you will solve 2 to 3 questions where you will have the opportunity to apply these skills, you will definitely be cool. You will definitely be comfortable with these skills. Just a matter of 2 to 3 questions. Evaluation. What is evaluation? In summary, this means candidates have to carefully assess given options, proposals, and arguments in a balanced way. Discuss their strengths and weaknesses. Predict future outcomes and consequences. Recommend and justify the most appropriate solution, which suits most to the corporate decision making using professional and ethical judgment. So basically, evaluation consists of 3 points. Number 1 is assess. Number 2, estimate and appraise. Okay, this is called evaluation. 5th skill is about communication. In summary, this means candidates have to express themselves clearly and convincingly through the appropriate medium while being sensitive to the needs of intended audience. In the exam, this means to present written and numerical work in the required format. Required format means, for example, if you are required to write a memo or email or letter, required format with a professional tone. Professional tone, and tone means not aggressive tone, but polite, to the point, polite tone, and use of language, and avoiding ambiguity, unnecessary explanations, and repetition. So communication is about 3 points. Inform, mean when communication is about informing. Persuade, communication is about persuading the target audience. And clarify your point of view, clarify information. So my dear, this is about 5 skills, professional skills in the SBL exam. And there is no magic to learn these skills, only evidence-based thinking and practice. Evidence-based thinking and practice, that's it. Here are a few general tips to learn professional skills marks. Few things that you need to learn. First, make sure you include most important, relevant, and crucial points relating to the requirements. Use your judgment to consider which points are the most convincing and compelling, and only include additional less important points if you are not sure you have made enough valid points to achieve all technical marks available. B, show deep or clear understanding of underlying or causal issues and integrate or link with different sources of information with each other. Yes, here is the point. I have categorized SBL tasks into 3 that I will share with you later in the coming class. Categorize into 3: easy task, medium task, and high difficult task. Easy, medium difficulty, and high difficulty. Let me explain. What is easy category of a task? Where all information that you will need to write your answer for the particular task available in a single exhibit. Available in a single exhibit. So that would be quite easy for you. Pick information from that exhibit and structure your answer. I call this as easy. What is medium difficulty? Medium difficulty task is the one where, please listen, where information is scattered in multiple exhibits. Mean information is not available in a single exhibit, but there are 2-3 exhibits where information is scattered. So you will have to read those exhibits and pick information to write your answer for that particular task. I call this as medium difficulty. The third one, which I call high difficulty, is a task where little information is given in the scenario. Little information is given in the exhibits. Yes, my dear, it is possible. 1 or 2 such type of tasks you can expect in each SBL paper, where there would be little material, few pieces of information are given in the scenario, but you will be required to use your commercial acumen. You will be required to use your broad knowledge when write such answers. Okay, your broad knowledge, and broad knowledge mean, that's why I would suggest you, would recommend you to read widely. Read widely means you will need to read newspapers and magazines to develop your broad base of knowledge that will help you to write such answers. Are you clear on this point? My dear, please respond. Are you clear the 3 different types of tasks you will be tested in SBL? If you have any question, you are welcome. You feel free to ask me your question, please. Perfect. Thank you. So you are clear the 3 types of tasks which are commonly tested in the SBL. I can quickly have a summary. Task number 1, easy task, where all the information are given within the one exhibit. Medium difficult task, where information would be scattered, information would be like available in 2 to 3 exhibits. And third, high difficult tasks are those where little information are available in the case, and more use of your broad-based knowledge. So the remaining general tips, this document will be available for you, where you will be able to go through and have a look into this. In the end, the above general principles should help markers judge in a holistic way how to reward candidates for showing professionalism in any given requirement. The marker will first and foremost pay particular attention to the demonstration of specifically identified professional skills. Okay, demonstration of specifically identified professional skills within each requirement, and against which a marking grid is associated. I will share with you that grid in the next class. Grid means, for example, if there are 2 professional skills marks of one task, so it can be divided into 0.5, 1, or 2. So you will learn how much would help you 0.5, or what is the meaning of 1 mark, or one of the meaning of getting both 2 marks. Grid, marking grid. Is associated, containing the specific criteria and describing what in particular the marker should be looking for in order to award these marks fairly and consistently. While this is the case, candidates who write in a style and with a focus which keeps the above general points about professionalism in mind are more likely to achieve a higher professional marks in any specific requirement, as many specific professional marking grade criteria would often draw on these general principles, as can be seen in several of the professional marking grid illustrated below. So why students fail in SBL exam? Let's talk about that. Why students fail? The result of SBL is like around 50% passing rate. So those 50% who fail, what are their common attributes? They do not follow a structured approach. They do not follow a structured approach. As I told you earlier, during this course, during this SBL course, we will be focusing on this point. Our lot of discussion will base on how to structure answers. Okay, so you will have constant training during this course about how to structure answers. They do not answer what is required, rather they write what they know. This is a problem, unfortunately. So what they do, merely reproducing the knowledge by itself scores no marks in SBL. Reproducing means copy some piece of question and paste in the answer. Reproducing or rewording, for example, would not help. Rewording. Merely reproducing the knowledge by itself score no marks in SBL unless it is applied to the question or to the company. For instance, a task requires candidates to advise the board of the advantages for the organization of establishing a separate risk committee. Advantages of establishing a separate risk committee for the organization. You may not get any marks if you give only theoretical explanation of the benefits about the risk committee, unless you write the advantages of a separate risk committee for the organization in the scenario. Mean just reproducing theory or reproducing knowledge would not help unless it is applied. So this point you must be clear. Reproducing the knowledge from your syllabus or reproducing the knowledge would not help. Application is important. Similarly, if you are required to discuss benefits and costs to the organization of investing in big data analytics and you just present a detailed theoretical explanation of big data would not help you score any marks, as your answer do not discuss the opportunities and cost for the company in the case. So why does it happen? Now we can discuss question why it happens. It happens when students don't prepare. It happens when they are not properly trained. It happens when they are not properly developed to write this level of answers. This happens then. One may fail marginally between 45% and 49%. It is likely because of poor exam technique and possibly a lack of focus on demonstrating professional skills. My dear, professional skills. You just imagine you have to work for every single mark. You cannot ignore the importance of 1 mark because the difference between 49 and 50 is just 1 mark. And professional skills marks are just type of free marks. If you just follow the requirements, you will have the professional skills marks. So you, from the day one, you should be clear that you have to get the maximum professional skills marks. One may score a very low mark, for example, under 25%. It is more likely due to lack of knowledge or failing to apply the knowledge in a practical way to the tasks. A common reason of failing SBL exam is time management. Time management, a big issue. Although there are 4 hours, although there are 80 marks for which you have to write, but still a lot of students struggle with time management. Lot of students struggle with time management. 4 hours pass very quickly. Yes, my dear. So a common reason for failing SBL exam is time managing, failure in completing the tasks, perhaps missing out whole task or parts of task, or not finishing the exam. So these are the few reasons. How will I lead and add value? How will I lead? How I will contribute? So from my side, first of all, let's talk about the stuff. I will provide you a knowledge book. I will provide you a full comprehensive manual that will cover the whole syllabus with technical knowledge. I will also provide you summary notes at the end of the syllabus. You will have the practice kit. Although these days almost all questions are available online, but still you will have the practice kit. There will be work assignments. 2 tests are planned. You might already have received the course plan. There are 2 tests, and highly recommended. It is highly recommended you should take those 2 tests. I will be discussing the latest business and economy updates with you in every class. This is one of the critical success factor of my classes. You might have heard from your friends. Okay, one of the key attribute of my courses, my classes, my teaching is that I keep my students updated with the latest developments in business, latest developments in industry. I share a lot of latest business and economy news about companies, about industries, about this, because this is my passion, teaching plus application. Okay, so both my passion go together. On the one side, I keep myself updated with the latest business and economy trends, and I share with my students. This is also a passion to develop future accountants. But literally, this is a passion for me. I take it a pleasure to help future accountants better prepare. So, and there will be WhatsApp group where you will have the continuous support for the course. Train you how to develop a structured approach to pass the exam. Yes, we will be regularly working on this. Train you how to read the case, connect the dots, information given in the scenario, and how to develop a story. How to read and analyze the tasks. We will be working on that. What is effective communication through writing? Improve your writing skills. There will be part of our course, writing skills or typing skills, how to structure and draft the answer, how to avoid mistakes, and the better time management. So all these areas we will be working on during the course. Few reading list that will definitely help you to learn more, to push the knowledge boundaries, and this is the requirement in SBL. So there are few ACCA resources are available. For example, SBL Professional Skills Marking Guide you need to read, Importance of Effective Communication for SBL, examiner reports are available, and ACCA website plus app. There is app available for ACCA where you will have regular industry business reports, industry economy news that will help you to build your knowledge. If you want more broader, wider perspective, that I always encourage my students, there are Apple Podcasts. If you are using iPhone, then I can refer you, I can suggest to you, there are few channels of the podcast that I listen regularly when I am like commuting or when driving, or there are so many ways during that time you can listen to those podcasts when you are in the gym or you are some walking exercise, or you can listen to these podcasts. Bloomberg News is an app you can download. Guardian.com is a free source available for you. Financial Times, it's a paid, but you can download the app, just go through headlines. Then Wall Street Journal, it is again paid, but you just need to go through the headlines. Economist, I would suggest you can purchase its hard copy from store and after every 2 weeks and go through the business economy area. McKinsey.com offers you a lot of research reports. This is a free resource available. BCG is also one of the consulting firm. It also offers a lot of free resources on the latest business and economy updates. And then PwC Research Insights. PwC also has multiple podcasts on the Apple. So you can join those channels, you can subscribe to those channels, and you can keep yourself updated with those. And there are research insights on the PwC websites as well that you can enjoy. So my dear, that's it from our this introductory class. Okay, here we have discussed only about SBL, and I hope that this introductory class would help you now understand about this paper better. Okay, you might have understood how interesting and amazing this paper is. So I would suggest don't just read it to pass this paper, but to study this paper with the purpose of learning, with the purpose of learning and training, with the purpose that this paper can teach you, this paper can prepare you for the next leadership role. This paper can help you to develop new career options for you. Yes, that is correct. So learn this from that perspective as well. And my support will be there available for you. Any guidance, any question if you have, you feel free and ask me. You are welcome to ask any question. You are welcome. I always encourage my students to ask me. Okay, during the courses, during the classes, after the class, you can start any conversation. And definitely in the WhatsApp group, we will be having a lots of resources, sharing lots of conversation, lots of discussions we will be have in our WhatsApp group as well. All right, so that's it from today. If you have any question, you can please let me know before I close this introductory class. From the next class, we will be starting from volume 1, that I will share with you. Okay, in the next class, we will be starting from our strategy section of the course. So before I close, any question from your side? Do you have any question, anything to ask? Anything that you are still not clear? So you are clear about SBL now. You have understood how I will lead this course, how I will train you, how I will develop you, how I will prepare you, not just to pass this paper, but to help you push your knowledge boundaries to the new levels. Okay, during this course, you will have the opportunity to learn so many things about business, about economy, and get serious motivations about exploring new career options. Because this is really, I take it as a pleasure for me to help aspiring accountants, future accountants, explore new options and create the difference. Okay, so that's it from our today introductory session. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining this course. Thank you very much for choosing this class and attending and taking this class. Hope you have understood now my style of teaching. Hope you have understood about SBL now and how I will lead this course. For any question, please feel free and let us know. And looking forward to see you on next Saturday with our volume 1 manual plus with a lot of interesting discussions. Okay, thank you very much. Have a very beautiful evening. Stay blessed. Take care of you, your families, and the beautiful Mauritius, and set your mindset for this amazing course. Thank you.